Hey, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about study abroad and the opportunities for Indian students to study in USA. Today we'll be covering on, we'll be discussing and covering on various topics like what are the list of documents and what is the, entry level or eligibility criteria to apply for a university in the US. What is the cost of living look like, and what are the career options, the visa that is given to you, and after you complete your education what kind of visa do you get and how many years you get to stay in the USA. So first of all, USA has always been, it has remained the most popular country for international students, and it is also a house to the maximum number of top universities in the world. Now, coming back to the career options, or the top courses that students always opt to go for are like legal and law studies, computer science. Again, in computer science, data science, business analytics is one popular course. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, and cloud computing, and so on. Apart from that, medicinal and natural science is also very popular in USA, and architecture, interior design. These are also some of the popular courses. Apart from that, I have seen a great incline towards students approaching us for humanities and arts, social science, and psychological courses. So of course there's a lot of weightage to these courses, and the job opportunities are more. Now, coming back to the entry criteria, there are a lot of things that you need to keep in mind. To start off with, if you are doing a undergrad course, of course, be it an undergrad course or a master's course, you have to complete your IELTS. Now, for an undergrad course, you have to do a SAT. You have to prepare for your SAT exam, and you will have to score well in that. And for a master's, GRE and GMAT is must. Now, when we're talking about GRE and GMAT, that is not just the entry criteria, but it is also it is mandatory, it is required, but apart from that, IELTS also plays a very important role. Now, for when we talk about various courses, usually for IELTS, the required score is overall 6.5 band and 6 in each module. However, there are some courses that require 7 band. For example, medicinal or psychological courses, they need a 7 band overall, and nothing less than a 6.5 or a 6 band. So if you're having a 5 or a 5.5 band, then of course you have to rewrite or reappear for IELTS, and that's where enrollees plays a very important role. The students who enroll with us, they always get the kind of desired score for the university they are applying for. So that's a plus point. And apart from that, GRE and GMAT definitely needs a preparation of at least 3 months before you actually appear for exams. So please plan your admission process well in advance. In case if you're planning to apply for January 24 intake, this is the time for you to start preparing for your initial process of application submission. Apart from that, there are other things to keep in mind. For example, the list of documents. Okay, in order to write your IELTS exam, you need a passport, mandatory. So I have seen cases where students kind of taking training with us, and I get to know that they don't even have a passport. So without passport, you cannot appear for IELTS exam. So make sure you apply for a passport now, so you are not actually delaying your process of applying, because getting an appointment for the visa is definitely a challenge. And apart from that, the minimum validity for the passport has to be 6 months. Second, we need your CV. Now, the CV has to be a very detailed CV. For example, now if you have completed your 10th from this year to this year, you will have to mention the year, the month of the completion, and the start date and the completion date, along with your CGPA and or the percentage. And you'll also have to put what kind of board was that. Was it a CBSE board? Was it a state board that you actually completed your 10th in? And of course, same applies for your PUC or the 12th. You'll have to repeat the same thing for your graduation as well. In case if you have done bachelor's, like BBA, you'll have to please mention completely that bachelor's of business administration and what were the subjects that you actually had as a specialization, and the start date, the completion date, if you had any backlogs, the number of backlogs, and the same certificate has to be provided by your college or the university that you had so many backlogs and you've completed. Apart from that, if you have done any internships, or if you have done if you have any work experience, paid internships or paid work experience, please mention that from date, or from to present, or if you have just done a 3 months job. So please be very specific in writing from when did you start and when did you end, where is this company located, whether this company really exists, because sometimes there is a verification team reaching out to these people to see whether you have actually worked and nothing is fake on your CV. So apart from that, what else we need? We need letter of recommendations. So for USA, we need 3 recommendation letters. These recommendation letters can be from your college professors, or it can be a combination of your college professors as well as your management or the HR team of the company that you actually are associated with or you worked with. Okay, but 3 are mandatory for USA. Now, if you have any other extracurricular activities, if you have any certifications, if you have any awards, if you have done any course, provide all the certificates that are required, that are mentioned on the CV. We need every document for that. Now, how Enrologies will help you? Preparing a statement of purpose is very crucial, very important. Most of the decisions are taken based on your SOP, which is the statement of purpose. Now, I see that many candidates kind of copy paste everything from Google. That's plagiarism, not allowed. You will have to have a unique SOP, and I know that candidates who come to us really struggle a lot. That's where we play a very important role. Leave it up to us. We will prepare your SOP in a very unique manner. We will prepare your CV in a very unique manner where there are no rejections. We have a team who will actually work on it, so you can totally rely on Enrologies for all of these. And the last thing is proof of funds. This happens when you already have an offer from the college and you will have to pay the deposit money. The deposit can be of $2,000 or $3,000. It can go up to $4,000, not more than that. Or there is no deposit at all. All they need is your statement, bank statement, which is signed and sealed by the bank authority to actually roll out a I-20 form. Without an I-20, you cannot really get a visa appointment. So you will have to either apply for a bank loan well in advance. Now, Enrologies will help you to actually get a bank loan. We are tied up with some of the major financial institutions, so we'll be guiding you step by step on how to approach the bank and what are the things to keep in mind, and other things that are required for your financial requirement. Apart from that, you can show if you're not taking a bank loan, probably you can show about 30 to 40 lakhs in your account which includes the first semester fee or the first year fee plus 1 year cost of living in your bank, which is very much required. Now, these may sound very challenging to a student who's actually starting the process of studying abroad. I would say just come to us. We will do your counseling. We will help you choose the course, choose the university, and throughout the process we will do a hand holding with you, and we will be providing you every thing step by step. You don't really need to worry on how am I going to arrange the documentations, how is the letter of recommendation written. We will be giving you samples, so you will have an idea as to how the letter of recommendations are supposed to be written. So apart from that, I also want to share some of the scholarships that are available, which you can actually apply once you have your offer letter. You can always reach out to these institutions, share your offer, and try to get a scholarship. Else, you can always reach out to the university once you have an offer to request for a scholarship. That is also quite possible once you have a portal access. There are some of the famous scholarships like Tata Scholarship, and also civil society scholarships. You have your state scholarships as well. You can reach out to the government of your country to provide your scholarship, and apart from that, even the universities will help you get the scholarships. Now, coming back to the cost of living, so this is a very detailed one. Just listen to this carefully. On an average per month, the rental in USA will cost somewhere around $600 to $1,000. Now, if you are ready to share a room with another person, then of course the rent will definitely come down. But if you are a person who wants to have a privacy and then you want to have your own room without any sharing, then of course it may go up to $800 to $1,000 per month. Apart from that, food may be around $350 to $500, depending on whether you cook at home or you are someone who prefers to just go out, grab a sandwich, or always have your meals out. Then of course the amount for the food that you spent will definitely go high. Then the transportation is around $500 to $1,000 per month. But if you're taking public transportation, definitely it's a lot cheaper. So it can be around $500 per month. If you're taking a metro card, or if you're taking a subway card, or a bus card, then definitely it's going to be a lot cheaper. And apart from that, if you have to keep a budget for your miscellaneous or incidental expenses, that can be around $500 for any kind of emergency, or your grocery and other things. So all in all, your cost of living may be bare minimum that I'm talking about can come up to somewhere around $1,850 to $2,000. Now, how you're going to be making this money? Of course, the loan will cover your cost of living as well. But as an international student, you should, take the opportunity of working part-time. Everybody is allowed to work 20 hours per week in any given situation. So you can, kind of earn this money, $1,850 easily from your part-time jobs. Say, initially when you start working on a part-time, per hour you may get paid around $10 to $11, depending on the number of hours, and you will be able to make up for your food, transportation, and other expenses. Now, if you are doing a 1-year course in USA, then you will be given a 1-year work permit. But if you are doing a STEM course, so I hope you all know what is STEM. So a STEM course of a 2-year, which is either into the technological field or a science field, engineering or management field, that is called STEM. Okay, so if you're doing a STEM course, then that will be like a minimum 2-year course, and you will be given additional a 3-year post-study work permit. It means you can stay in the country for up to 3 years and work there. and then of course there are high chances you'll be hired on a permanent role, and then you will stay back in the country. So this is about USA. Now the last thing that I want to add about USA is that if you only have like 50% in your graduation, then there are very high chances that you will not get an admission in any university. You will have to, it's not that you can't go, there is a solution for everything. So if you are at the border, like just 50%, then chances are very high that you'll have to first take a bridge course, which is called a pathway course, for a 1 semester course or a 2 semester course. A 1 semester course may be around 6 months, and then take a direct entry to masters, because that bridge course is going to compensate for your percentage that you secured in your bachelor's. So if you are at a 60%, then yeah, you will get a direct admission in masters, but not all the universities, of course. Like there are limitations. The choices will be definitely less. But if you're over 70%, there'll be more universities that are ready to accept you and give you an admit. So if you have more questions on how exactly you're going to prepare to start your application in the USA, and which is the popular state that you can work for, and what are the job opportunities, there are a lot of questions. I'm sure you will have more questions, so you can reach out to me. I'll be sharing all my contact details in the comment section, and just reach out to me, and one of our counselors will get in touch with you and clarify all your doubts, and will help you fulfill your dream of flying to USA. Thank you.